How the tortoise won respect.
It was the old days, a time long, long ago.
It was in those days that the lion was the most powerful animal in the entire land. He was very mighty and strong. His word was law, and everyone obeyed him.
Now in those days the animals did not have any food of their own. They were not yet good hunters, so they were forced to sneak into the gardens of humans and steal whatever they could.
However, if they were caught, which they usually were, they would be one with someone's stew. This worried the lion very much. Fellow animals, gather round. I have decided that we must leave this place to move to another one, so we can avoid the humans, plant our own food, and live in peace.
The animals were in agreement.
And so the animals were sent to help prepare for their journey.
Hey, Cheetah, can you steal some tools from the humans? Sure. Monkey, can you steal some baskets from the humans?
Gladly.
Oh, and Rabbit, can you steal some seeds from the humans?
I'd be happy to.
All the animals were sent off to search for a new place to live.
So, the faster animals like the rabbit and the antelope led the way. In the middle were the larger animals like the buffalo, elephant, and giraffe. And in the rear were the slowest of animals like the tortoise and the chameleon. I found a beautiful place where the land is fertile, where there's a lake filled with fresh water and there are no humans to be found.
The animals soon settled in and worked diligently.
They grew fields full of wonderful vegetables.
The rains came and soon the fields were overflowing with extraordinary vegetables.
In the fields were large pumpkins, delicious carrots, huge cabbages, and sweet, sweet potatoes.
The animals could not believe their good fortune, and everything was plentiful and abundant.
But our story does not end there, for in all stories something will happen to the animals.
And so it was.
The animals woke up that day and set off for their garden. But when they got there, they saw that every crop they had planted was now gone.
There wasn't even a drop of water to be found in the bottom of the lake.
The animals were all terrified and ran back to their ruler, the lion, for advice.
Do not be afraid, do not be fearful. I shall deal with the monster.
So the animals stared as their leader went to confront the slimy beast.
When he realized he did not stand a chance of winning, so he roared as loud as he could in an attempt to scare away the monster.
I am the monster. This is my land. You are on my land. I will eat you all with one large gulp. You will all become a meal for me. I am the monster, and I will eat you. The monster scared the lion so much he ran back to his hut with his tail between his legs, as he thought the monster was far behind, more terrible than any human he'd ever seen.
The other animals also thought that the monster was far too big and terrible to defeat, so they too began to run away.
I'll go to deal with the monster my own way.
The other animals believed that the tortoise was crazy to attempt to face off against such a monster.
But the tortoise was very wise and clever, so she asked the antelope for a sharp axe and hid it under her shell. May I have a very sharp axe?
You may.
The tortoise, tiny and slow, walked up to the monster and shouted at him.
I'm tired of all your boasting, your bad breath, and your cruel actions.
What are you saying? Do you know who I am? I am the greatest creature there is. I can eat all of you in one gulp. Who is the little one? I should eat her for a snack. She probably tastes good.
Exactly what the monster did.
The monster swept up the little tortoise with his large, smelly tongue.
But as soon as the tortoise disappeared into the enormous mouth of the monster, she took the axe from under her shell, and she began to chop at the monster's tongue.
Chop, chop, chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Chop, chop,
Chop,
chop.
chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
What are you doing? Why does my mouth hurt? You are hurting me. You must stop now. The little tortoise did not stop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Finally, the monster's tongue was cut away.
And the tortoise continued to swing her axe.
She chopped across the neck of the monster.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Finally, the monster fell to the floor.
The tortoise crawled out of the neck of the monster and held her axe high up in the air.
Animals cheered and cheered for the brave little tortoise who killed the ugly monster and for cleverest animal for them all.
You are the most courageous and clever animal ever to live.
She may be small.
That's my line.
She may be slow.
She may have a hard shell.
But she is very brave.